Hello, it's Giant Tank 1400, and this is a character discussion of Angelica Pickles from All Grown Up. Now, I'll have to apologize for not getting this episode out sooner. I got sick, had computer problems, and when stuff happens, this is a hobby, so this is like the kind of one of the first things that goes. But anyway, we're back today. I want to get this episode out for you. I mean, this review out to you. Anyway, so Angelica, if you watch Rugrats or whatever, we all know that Angelica's like an antagonist like type character. She's mean to like Tommy and the Rugrats and everyone. And we in season 1 we get to see that a little bit here and there, but we don't really get to see it. I mean, Lucky 13 in season 1, we do get to see that. However, since Tommy and his friends actually help Angelica, she actually shows she actually shows like that she's actually nice to them towards the end of it. So that was really good, like for her character development. And we'll get to see here that Angelica, though she's mean and everything like that, as the seasons go on, we see that she does like have a heart, and that she she really comes around, particularly like in season 5, which I'll talk about that kind of last. So Lucky 13 was like the first time where like we got to see this show that this starting of a change with Angelica, of becoming from this mean character to nice. And it does deal with Tommy, and the only really other episode that focuses on Tommy and Angelica's friendship or cousinly rivalry, or whatever you like to call it, is Rat's Race, and that's it. I mean, they just have a competition, and we get some flashbacks of Angelica doing mean stuff to Tommy. We kind of get a change in Angelica, but then she goes right back to it. I mean, she's mean. She's Angelica. It's just like in her character. However, like that's really it between Angelica and Tommy, and that's like one of my main complaints about Angelica's character and Tommy's as well, is that in Rugrats, if I remember right, it's been so long since I saw Rugrats. There was this Angelica was the antagonist and Tommy was like the protagonist, so there was this battle like between them a lot of times. And All Grown Up, it's not like that at all. So I do like to change, but I would have liked a little bit like call back to that a little more often. However, like we do get 2 episodes on it, so that's good. Now in season 2, we get like two main episodes, Miss Knows It All and Saving Cynthia. Both deal with like Angelica and Susie's friendship, Saving Cynthia more. However, like in Miss Knows It All, like despite the fact that she's like in the hospital and just pretending she's sicker than she actually is, to kind of get out of showing her nose being in a cast, she ends up showing compassion to this one kid who, like, I think he had cancer or something, and she got her first. It was like, what's it called? It was like the stripe girls or something. I don't know exactly what it was called, but she got like her first stripe. So it was really good to see that, and it was like the first like time we get to see Angelica think about someone other than herself. And it was just a little kid, but it's still that's definitely a huge step for her. Alright, the other episode was Saving Cynthia. This is like really the first time we get to really focus in on Angelica and Susie's like sisterly rivalry, their friendship. We got to see a little bit of Miss Knows It All and Lucky 13. However, even like in this episode, like Charlotte, Angelica's mom actually says at one point that they're like sisters because they were completing each other's sentences. This one focuses really on Susie being a good friend to Angelica, and Angelica like acknowledging like as Susie as a friend. So it doesn't go the other way around quite yet, but as the series goes on, we'll actually see that later as it actually flip flops. However, this was a great episode, and it really did showcase like Susie and Angelica's sisterly bond, like their friendship or whatever. In season 3, we got like It's Karma Dude, Rat's Race, Wouldn't It Be Nice, and Dude, Where's My Horse. I think those are the main episodes for Angelica's character growth. I already mentioned Rat Race and how it like deals with Tommy, and Angelica kind of gets better, but then she doesn't. It doesn't really focus on Angelica's character. It's more focused on like Tommy. However, in It's Karma, Dude, again we get to see that friendship with Susie, and this time Angelica actually sacrifices some stuff for Susie, but she does it to kind of get something else. I mean, at the end, she really actually enjoys doing a good thing, the right thing. However, like she has to be kind of really pushed into it, as we get to see in this episode, which I think that's very important for like this middle section here. This season 3 there's 5 seasons of Angelica's character. Then in order to do good, she really had to be pushed into it. Whereas later we'll see, and I'll talk about it later, that she actually does good without being pushed into it. Anyway, so Wouldn't It Be Nice? Again, Angelica and Susie's friendship, and we got to see that like they kind of learn from one another. Susie's like really uptight. She's really serious. She's dedicated. She's really organized. Angelica's like always laid back and stuff, and it really required like both of that for them to get out of the situation they were in. Angelica was just always laid back and just not a care in the world. So I think like Susie learned a bit from Angelica in that episode. And then Dude, Where's My Horse? It was just basically her acting motherly, which is, it's definitely a unique thing for her character. So I thought I would mention it, but it is good to see like Angelica has a motherly side to her. So that's season 3. In season 4, we got to see Ladies' Man, Lost at Sea, and In the Family's Way. Ladies' Man really focuses on Angelica's friendship with Harold and a little bit on Susie. However, like she was always mean to Harold and all this stuff, and she really had to kind of lose Harold to really appreciate him as a friend, as someone who actually helped her out a lot. Again, just like the one episode dealing with It's Karma, Dude, she had to be pushed into actually doing something nice, which again like lines up with her character and everything. And this time was like kind of the most unlikely person, and well, maybe one of the people that she's meanest to is Harold. So it was really good to see that she actually ended up appreciating Harold. We don't get to really see a conclusion of all this later on, and how this actually stuck. We really don't get to see it, but it's here. So it was good to see that development of Angelica. Now, Lost at Sea kind of deals with her Angelica's kind of relationship with her mother and kind of their confidence issue at the time. Angelica was having confidence issues with what is that guy? I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that she likes to tell him that she likes him, and her mom was dealing confidence from in like a previous episode, like her losing her job. Oh no, it might have been this. I can't remember exactly when Charlotte lost her job. I'll definitely talk about Charlotte's character. She had actually one of the best character arcs of all. It might have been this episode. However, it was good to see Charlotte like actually trying to act motherly. That was actually really funny, and it was good to see like Angelica's like kind of reaction to all that, and that they both had that like take no attitude. However, they both like had like a loss in confidence and everything. And at the end, it was Angelica who encouraged her mother to get them out of there, and it was her mother that encouraged Angelica to tell the guy that she liked him, even though at the end he didn't even hear. So that was kind of comical, but it was good. It was good to see some like weaknesses. We already know some weaknesses that she's mean, and Angelica's mean, but it was good to see like another one that she sometimes lacks confidence and everything. And it's also good to see that like don't take no attitude. We also got to see an RV there yet. I think that's like season 4 or whatever. That she doesn't. She's the one who was able to like finish the road to get them to the parade or whatever. So that was all good to see. It's good to see Angelica like that. And In the Family's Way, this is a really great episode for Susie and Angelica too. Again, like it's that sisterly rivalry between Susie and Angelica, and I would definitely argue that this episode showed more Susie character development than Angelica. However, it was good to see like Angelica really work hard for once and everything, and to have Susie kind of be the antagonist character, whereas Angelica is more the protagonist in this episode. So that's a flip flop that we'll see like in season 5 actually really coming up. So I really like to see that. And I don't know if it was foreshadowing per se, but it kind of was in the way that it dealt with like in season 5 it dealt with Susie Goes Bad light, where Susie tries to act bad and she competes with Angelica. And Angelica's the one who gets Susie out of the mess, and she actually takes the blame for her actions. And since the police were involved, that's actually pretty hefty. So it was really good to see Angelica do that for Susie. Like, and this is where we get to see that shift between she was forced to do it, and now here she actually does it in her own free will, without even like just because Susie's her friend, her best friend, really. So that was really good. Then the next episode in season 5 was What's Love Have to Do with It? Again, just friendship between Susie and Angelica. This time Susie helps out Angelica with really like Angelica liking a substitute teacher, and Angelica actually finally realizing that that she'll never get with him, and Susie just being with there for like an extremely long time as Angelica cries her eyes out. So it was really good to see like more that dynamic between Angelica and Susie, that it's actually both sides that they're friends like really to the end. In between this, we kind of get to see that more rivalry between Angelica and Susie as they try to compete for the cell phone issue, but really Susie just wants to compete with Angelica. And they do good at the end. The episode more focuses on Kimmy and Chucky. However, there is an Angelica and Susie dynamic to the episode, and that's really the last time we get to see them, unfortunately. However, it was really good to see Angelica's like growth as a character throughout. As at first she doesn't really do anything nice, but she sees that other people are doing nice for her. She is mean throughout. Some other episodes to mention, I can't remember what, like Project Chucky was one where she helps Chucky get popular. However, she's doing it for selfish reasons. I mean, there are numerous more episodes where Susie gets to see Angelica gets to see a slight character growth. However, like these are like the main episodes, and we get to see like at first she's mean, and then she does some nice things. And Miss Knows It All in season 2, she does some nice things selflessly, but it really takes a long time for her to do that. And it's karma due, she has to be pushed into it. And Ladies Man, she has to be pushed into it. But then like when Susie goes bad, like this is like kind of the climax really of her character, and that's that she actually does it freely without even like really thinking about it. And then in What's Love Have to Do with It, we do find out that Angelica's really good at debating, so that is a skill that she might have for later. Combined with her like she doesn't take no for an answer attitude. I mean, I could see her being like a politician of sorts, or like her mother, like a CEO or whatever like that down the line. That's kind of the future I have for her, is that she kind of goes down that. I see her more like in the politician kind of sides of things, even though there'll be a lot of like dirt to sling, or she'll be like maybe a campaign manager or something like that, as seen in like Potential in this, because she has that like don't take no attitude in anything she does, and she does play dirty all the time, and unfortunately that's what politics are like nowadays. However, that being aside, that's kind of where I see Angelica in the future. I do see her continually having a friendship with Susie. I don't really have any ideas for Susie. I mean, I'll talk about her when I get into her character arc. However, like Angelica, like I said, I see her in the future really either being like a politician or like a CEO or something like that. I think with her mouth and the fact that she has pretty good natural debating skills, is she can really like BS her way out of any situation. She really has the skills to be like a politician or like a CEO or something like that. Anyway, so that was Angelica Pickles. Great character. Definitely my top 3 in All Grown Up. It's between Kimmy, Chucky, and Angelica. Well, Kimmy's my number 1, and then Chucky and Angelica kind of switch off between number 2 and number 3. However, her character was very well developed, arguably the most well developed character in the series, and we actually got to see like a series progression with her, which I don't think, even with Chucky, we didn't even really see a series progression with this character. Whereas looking at Angelica, she really has that progression throughout All Grown Up. So that was really enjoyable for me. I did like that, and I really do like her character. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoy. See you in the next one. Bye.